I'm telling you now, you see, before you marry, allow God to heal you, allow God to deal with you, because you see, oh my God. The idea that about singles have about marriage is that 247 you are in cloud 9. Is it not? Huh? Okay. The person will offend you. But you see, you need to program your heart. Now, like I always try to say, okay, sometimes things that people can take from their colleagues in the office, why can't you take it from your spouse? And you are a man, no? Your boss is a lady, and the person will shout at you, say, yes, ma. I'm sorry, ma. I'm sorry, ma. Then when you now go home, you start forming man for your for your wife. Now let me tell you, one of the things that you must also do when you marry is that, you see, husband is an office, wife is an office. Whatever you are at your workplace, whenever you're coming home, drop it. Now, for example, if I do man of God in my house, if I do man of God in my house, my marriage will not work. Especially, why are they laughing? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Huh? You don't know Nigerian style? You are not saying the truth. You know the way. If I do man of God in my... You see, that means, first of all, my wife will not be able to touch my hair. You are touching your pastor's hair. Let fire come down if I be a man of God. So, there is also a balance, okay? Sometimes, if you marry a pastor or marry a man of God, you must know when to draw the line and keep husband and know that you are talking to, yeah. Are you with me? Okay. Huh? So you must know when to draw that line. Then, you see, there was this when we were young, this husband and wife, they were working in the same office. Now, the woman was the boss in the office, was the man's or guy in the office, and the man was the husband at home. So, what happens is that when they come to the house, the man will be ordering the woman around. Hey, go and bring water for me. Go and do this. Then, in the morning, when they now resume office, the woman will balance in the office and call the man, go and bring water for me. So, at home, when the man is scolding the woman is, oh, no problem, sir. I'm waiting for you tomorrow. So, at work tomorrow, now, the woman becomes the boss. And then he start talking to the man anyhow. So, as soon as they are coming home, they roll. So, that's very funny. And I don't know how that person got that concept. But let me tell you this. Now, I said this to say this. There is a possibility that a woman, where you are working, you are the boss. And you have many men, some of them older than you, and by the reason of the structure, whether the people are older than you or not, they will respect you, call you ma, this one. When you are coming home, by the time you reach your gate, find a place where you remove those things and keep. Nobody has a problem. They don't know how to switch. Keep it, build some hut somewhere, put it. Anytime you are going, you go there, carry it, and go to the office. When you are coming back, you drop it. Because when you come back to the house, you must know who you are. So this issue of forgiveness is very important. And you have to start learning it now. Are you with me? All right. So let's get to another thing about Jesus. Jesus modeled prayer. He modeled, what I mean by that, he modeled and taught prayer. Let's put it that way. He modeled and taught others how to pray. And taught others how to pray. In fact, the prayer life of Jesus challenged his disciples. So he modeled it and taught it. Luke 11. Luke chapter 11. Luke chapter 11. Please, media, help me and be fast. And it came to pass that as he was praying in a certain place, when he ceased, a particular rendition said, when he finished praying, one of his disciples said unto him, Lord, teach us to what? To pray. As John also taught his disciples. That his prayer life challenged his disciples. By the time they wake up in the morning, they will discover that Jesus had gone to pray. And I remember I showed us in a place where, in fact, where they came and arrested Jesus. Pray. In fact, one of the synoptic gospels put it that Judas knew the place. Are you getting what I'm saying? So Jesus modeled and taught his disciples to pray. So that means as a believer, I'm expected to model prayer. Hey, are you with me? Are you with me? Now, for example, let me show you this. Model prayer before your children. Model it. Don't just talk prayer. Model, do what? Now, listen to me now. The morning devotion is good, but if all your children know about you, are you with me? Oftentimes, your children should see that the door is locked. Even if it's not the door that is locked, but they should know that mommy or daddy is let's say mommy is a praying woman. Or daddy is a praying woman. You see, that's Jesus modeled it. I think we have been reading certain scriptures. You will see that Jesus will leave the disciples to go and pray. Your household, let's assume, even if you are not yet married, let's assume a student or you are living with people around you must know that you're a man of prayer. No, it's not by shouting and disturbing them. They must know that you have a regular habit of praying. Your spouse must know that you pray. Now, it's not for show. What I'm saying is that you are modeling. And the reason why you are modeling this thing is to challenge the people around you to be able to pray. Hey, are you getting what I'm saying? That's the purpose of that modeling prayer. So that your prayer life can challenge somebody. Now, let me ask you something. Is your prayer life challenging somebody? Your prayer life must challenge. We are looking at the prayer life of Jesus. Your prayer life must challenge. You see, when we are going to know now, I'm going to talk the one in church and the one outside the church. Okay, are you with me now? Well, I'm going to talk. Now, Let me ask a question. Have you ever thought that somebody was a prayer person, and then somehow two of you now started living together, and you never saw a life of prayer in the person? Is there anybody like that? Huh? Can I have a witness? Uh-huh. You now saw that the person used to sleep from 8 to 7. No prayer life. In fact, you were even bringing the person in. Okay, or let me not say not necessarily bringing the person in. When you realize that people are going to live together, you were excited because you were thinking that this person is going to challenge my prayer life, only to discover that the person was water coming to quench your smoke. Let me tell you, brothers and sisters, you see, the way Christianity is meant to be lived is that iron is meant to sharpen iron. Are you hearing what I'm saying? We are meant to sharpen one another. And that's one of the things that your prayer life must do. Sometimes when we meet and say, let's pray, or it's just gisting that we just gist away our destinies. We must challenge one another. And then let me put it again in another context. You see, when we also come to pray together as a corporate body, it is also important that we challenge another person. Some of you, if they look at the way you are praying during prayer, everybody will sleep. Everybody will just stop praying. Now, can I tell, I don't want to call anybody's name or anything, but you see, some of you have not reached the level of opening eyes when they are praying. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You have not reached the level because your eyes that is open, you are not praying. And let me also tell you something. When they say pray, when we're praying, don't be like this. You are not praying. Where are you praying? Is it in your heart? You are not. If we're having corporate pray, you don't need to shout, but let it be that you are talking. Are you with me? Because even today, I observed that when we're praying, some people, they were just like this. You cannot pray inside church like this. That means you are dead but at home. You can't even pretend. That means you are dead. Dead at home. A person that when somebody sees you praying, as he's getting tired, he sees you, he draws inspiration. The Bible says Jesus did what? As they saw him praying, he said, this man, please teach us to pray. Model and teach. See, you don't have to be a pastor to do that. Wherever, model prayer, model prayer, model prayer, model it. Sometimes not necessarily gathering everybody to pray. Just let the people just know you as a man or woman of prayer. Model it. Don't be lazy. Model it. Will it be? Can it be obvious if you are living, even if it's maybe or something, or living with people, that they know that you always be the first person to wake up, and when you wake up, while they are still sleeping and snoring, you have gone to have fellowship? Do you know that alone can challenge people to want to know God more? And sometimes, especially if you are praying the right way, people are going to see the result of prayer in your life, and they will want to pray. They will know that the things that you are getting, the things that are happening to you, are coming as a result of your intimacy with God, and they will want to have that intimacy. Are you getting what I'm saying? Model it and teach people. Model it and teach people. And you find that that's how we can teach people to pray. By making them pray. Come on, are you with me now? It's only that some people, I don't know whether they have made covenant with, they don't want to be serious with their life, that no matter they are not going to be, they will dodge it. You see, now think about it. Think about it. Last week, Friday, we prayed for almost 5 hours. Now, for some of you, that was your first experience. And you were able to cope. Come on, at least you managed. True or not true? You managed. Now, next time, if they are talking about praying long, will it be that strange? Because sometimes when you hear praying long, the next thing, one of the things that comes to your mind, how possible is it? There was even no singing, no preaching. We just prayed from one prayer topic to another. And that gives you an idea of that even you can on your own be able to pray long. Are you with me? Prayer is very important. We must pray and we must help one another to pray. Come on, are you with me? Are you with me? Now let me tell you this. One of the best things that you can do for a person is to teach them to. Because if they can pray, when they have a need, they will not look for you. They know who to talk to. Good as it is, meeting your pastor and all that is good. But let me tell you this. We all have direct access. They didn't hear me. I said we all have direct access. When Jesus died, the curtain tore from top to bottom, giving everybody equal what? Access. You see, nobody has more access to Jesus than you. We all have what? Equal access. It's just that some people know how to maximize. Are you with me now? So, did you get what I'm saying now? We must teach and model prayer. Come on, wake up. Hello? Pay attention. What? Prayer. As you are in the hostel, let people know you as. You don't need to shout and make people disturb people's sleep. Let me find out. Do you people know any prayer person amongst you people? Eh? Who? Talk. Trinidad. Okay. Do you people know a sleeping person amongst you? Now, let me find out. Knowing that she prays, does it challenge you once in a while? Eh? Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Listen, that your prayer life should challenge the people around you. The people around you should want to have a prayer life just by living with you. I don't mean if you shout, you don't allow them to sleep, they will hate you and your prayer. I think it was I heard him talk about how he was praying in the hostel. He would go under his bed. Under his bed, the double bunk, the bed under. Nobody will know that he's there. So Jesus modeled prayer. In fact, you realize that Jesus most times was not even, I was wondering, I thought that Jesus would have every morning he would tap all of them. Come, wake up, let's go. But do you realize that Jesus most times never took them to go and pray with him? Are you with me? But what did he do? He modeled it. So that the people now desired to have what he has. And one day you can see, it was when they saw him praying. The Bible says as he finished, one of the disciples said, teach us to what? And do you know, it appears that they've been discussing this thing and say, because it was one person, but he said teach. He didn't say teach. For him to say teach us, that means they have been having, I say conversation, this is our master, Kai, in the chop prayer. In the chop prayer. In the chop prayer. Ha! And they will ask us, why are we like this? And not just that he's the chop prayer. We're seeing the evidence of prayer in his life. He prays and receives answers. And then that one could not hold it. Probably it's possible that all the other disciples sent him. Because he said, teach us. Because he was a member of the House of Representatives. So he was representing the other disciples. He said, teach us to what? To pray. And Jesus didn't shy away. Jesus taught them. And you see, that's part of what I'm teaching you. Have a place, have a time, have a duration. Fix 15 minutes. Where is Perekembe? It's been long, she left. All right. Now, do you understand what I'm saying? You see, let me even tell you why this is important. Because we're expected to disciple people. Are you with me? So we must do what? Model prayer, and we must teach it. Very important. If God can succeed in making all of us, He has settled you. Even if you find yourself in a strange land, you will thrive. Because you know what it takes to change things in your favor. Please, let's not joke with prayer. Let's not joke with this thing. Let's not joke with this thing. Let's become a man or woman of prayer. Disciple yourself to pray. Discipline yourself to pray. Prayer is not going to come easy. But you see, as you discipline yourself to, the more you discipline yourself to pray, the easier what? It becomes. Now, if Jesus taught about prayer, it means that prayer can be taught and prayer can be learned. Don't forget that. Jesus taught, they said, teach us to pray. So, and if it can be taught, it also means that it can be learned. So let nobody say, I don't know how to pray. You don't know how to pray. That means you can learn how to pray. You learn it. Just like some people are learning how to pray, just that the only thing they have learned is the walk of the prayer. They are just doing. But that's a good place to start, amen? What did I say? It's a good place to start. It's a good place to start. Though your beginning be small, your later end shall be great. So congratulations, you are doing well. Are you with me? In fact, we even see some of our small children. They are in prayer too. And some of them are doing shakala bala 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 bala. That's it. They are learning. They are learning. Model prayer, things, legacies, things you can hand over to your children is a praying life. Because you're not always going to be there to protect them. If they are not with you, they know what to do. They know that they have a God they can call on. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Please, I don't know how to pour out my heart. We have to force yourself to pray. So prayer can be learned and taught. So learn. And one of the ways, some of you, I see how some of you are learning how to pray. As they are sometimes, you see some people, they give some prayer point, they carry their notebook, write it down. And write even the passage. They are learning. So that they know, okay, this. Learn. You can. Laziness can be learned too. Laziness is follow come. You can learn it by living with a lazy person. Yeah. There's almost nothing that can be learned in this life. Nothing. Do you know even anger? The Bible tells us that even anger can be learned. He said, mingle not with an angry person, lest you learn his ways. Some of you are thinking that the anger you were born with it. You just lived with angry the way. Are you with me? So, since you have learned anger, please learn prayer. Is it not a good begging? Eh? Is it not a good begging now? And when you learn prayer, prayer will deal with your anger. Prayer can be learned. It can be learned. In fact, when I see Geoffrey leading prayer, I say, is it Geoffrey? Is it Geoffrey or another person? Because I know how Geoffrey came to this church. When I see Geoffrey leading prayer, just give the prayer to him. You just forget about all of us as if we are not even there. No be Geoffrey. So he has learned prayer. Are you with me now? And there's still more to learn. Learn it. You see, you know one thing about learning is that your heart must be open to learn. The reason why many of us are not able to learn many things is because you are so locked up, you are so closed up, you are hard more than Olumo rock. How do you come to church with a closed heart? Were it not better you were sleeping at home? Learn it. They say everybody stand up. Even though you are Romeo. That's the training. Are you with me? That is the training. That is how it should be. You're going to learn also is that so you teach others. I've told you how to do that. And then once in a while you can take people to go and pray. Are you with me? Are you with me? Once in a while you say, come, let's go and pray. Come, let's go and pray. But in our time and age, you hardly hear, come, let's go and pray. It's gisting. They were gisting. Huh? You even find brethren living together in the same room. They can live together in the same room for 2 years. Not one day have they had prayer. In fact, they will gist till they sleep off. That's their regular routine every day. They come back, gist. It's in that gist everybody sleeps off. They wake up at their own times. No. It ought not to be so. Are you with me? It ought not to be so. With Jesus, you charge yourself sometimes. Charge, you pray. You pray. Now let's also, this is very powerful. Another point about Jesus was that Jesus prayed when he was sorrowful. You know, it's difficult to pray when you are sorrowful. Huh? Okay. Come back. Come back. Okay. You know, many of you hardly pray when something bad happens to us. Maybe, for example, you face a disappointment. You went for a job interview and the thing, your hope has, and the thing collapsed. Maybe for the next 1 week. Prayer break. How many of you know what I'm talking about? You go on prayer break. Prayer becomes difficult. You are not the same again. So Jesus actually was different. Sorrow did not take him away from the place of prayer. Rather, sorrow drove him to the place of prayer. And I want somebody to see, let sorrow drive you to the place of prayer. Let disappointment, they serve you breakfast, drive you to the place of prayer. You know breakfast I'm talking about? The person will marry you, say, I'm not going to marry you again. Now breakfast. You know, that type of heartbreak, 3 months, you know no prayer. Prayer no know you. Who knows what I'm talking about? Don't worry. Everybody will claim they don't know, and it's okay. If somebody say he won't marry you and the prayer no work again, the marriage no work, for months, most people, they won't pray again. Even some people, they will not even go to church. Because one boy or one girl said, I'm not going to, this relationship is ended. Ooh, John, I've come after you. Cry is okay. Cry is okay, but sometimes some people can tell you nobody will ever love you the way I love you. It's a lie. And never you think that person is the best person